Hey everybody, it is Joker. It is Thursday, which means we're typically not on stream or anything else. Hold on one second. Looks like Dylan is having a little bit of an issue here getting on, so try that one, see if that works. All right. So everybody, while we wait for Dylan to get on, we'll go ahead and take this time to let people get in here and all that. We're going to be this is a Q&A for Operation Big House, the event that's coming up in Crescent, Pennsylvania, November 12th through the 14th. First and foremost, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors that are going to be for the event. We're Dead End Outfitters, Amped Airsoft, ATE Airsoft, or Apocalyptic Tactical Events Airsoft, XFOG, Players Wanted, Screech Dragon Studios, Pression Apparel, and Paracord Addiction is here on time. What's up, Josh? How you doing, buddy? All right, and better late than never. Here's Dylan.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right. Okay, so we're going to be doing tonight is all about answering your guys' questions and all that. But to continue to thank the sponsors, we obviously want to thank Big House Produce for allowing us to have the event on site. I believe I got all the sponsors of the event. I don't think I missed anybody. All right, so Q&A time. So pretty much Dylan is the owner of Central Penn Milsim. Obviously, I'm here to help out. And I'm not even wearing my typical shirt. I'm wearing the Joker shirt today, guys.
Merch.
Okay. All right. So we have some pretty cool stuff to go over tonight. I have the rules set up on my other page. You get a new webcam. Me? No, this is the webcam I've been using for the past year. So I don't know why it would be any different today than the other day. All right. One of the first things that I want to address and have everybody look at is we have the rules up in 4 different places now. So if you have not got a chance to go to the website, check out cpmilsim.com. The rules are right there. Third pretty much screen down. As you go down, you'll see the big logo. You'll see the countdown timer right below that. The rules are there. There's also a drop-down menu where you guys can click on rules. The rules are also on the rules are also on Central Penn Milsim's Facebook page in about 4 different locations. The shirts probably just look better because I have a lot more light on me right now. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Well, this is actually, this is not something that we typically do, which is a Thursday stream. We typically only do this on Tuesdays and all that. All right. So as we start getting into questions, first question actually came through. Are knee pads required or just recommended? They are recommended. They are not required. I highly recommend getting knee pads.
Absolutely.
I personally don't run knee pads because I hardly ever bend over. That's what happens when you're fat and old. All right. And in case you haven't seen, Juan said dope background, Dylan.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so one of the first questions people are asking are how many tickets are left. We have about 150 tickets available that are left. 70, almost about 75 on each side. We don't have the exact numbers, but they're pretty close. But there's only 20 of the JTF missions remaining. So I wanted to take this time to first talk about JTF missions, since that has to be the most amount of questions people have asked about JTF missions. Juan says hello to hey Dylan.
How you
Um,
doing?
all right. So what are JTF missions? They are uh, they're a mission that's going to be Friday night. Instead of us having a typical Friday night game, this is a specialty mission. This is brought on. They're designed and operated by Echo 4, which is based out of down here in Southwest Florida. Um, if you guys have been to some of the other bigger events and they have like tier 1 missions or something of that level, it's going to be that's you've experienced that before. So Echo 4 is bringing in a really intense experience with this. If you haven't already seen, if you check out the page, Alex Fallon actually put up the classified information for the JTF missions. Ear Pro is required because there's going to be a whole lot of noise. These are very intense missions. I come in here, this dude's talking about JTF missions. Yes, Mishka, I am. Uh, okay, so Juan, I'll answer some of those questions in a minute. The easiest solution, bro, just bring it to my house. I'll haul it for you. So, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, JTF missions, there are 40 tickets, which means I believe there's going to be four different. I think it's four different 10 man groups that go out from 6 to 11 o'clock. So you'll be set up in a squad of 10, I believe is the number that they're going to have up there. You are going to, if you have like PTSD or don't like loud noises, these tickets are probably not for you.
Yeah, probably not for you.
Uh, no, Mishka, this is only for Dylan and I. We're doing a Q&A today, not a Mishka Shide show.
Maybe next time.
So when it comes down to JTF missions, these are going to be very intense, very hands-on. I already saw the pyro order that was placed for it. We're talking about blank guns and everything else. These are done by professionals that have been trained, that put on really good events. I mean, the role players that they have for this, a lot of times can be extremely manhandled. It's not your typical airsoft experience where people are like, "You okay, bro? You okay?" No, you shoot these guys, and unless they're calling blind man, you don't. Keep an eye on them. Um, they're going to be pretty intense. So, did you have any questions about that, Dylan, or anybody else have any questions? Or
Not so much. I just gotta say I'm really impressed with what they bring to the table so far from what I've seen, and man, they just got some cool technicals and story writing, and it's some of the most unique stuff I've ever seen. In airsoft in general. I'm pretty impressed by it.
opt for airsoft, brother. um, so the JTF missions. So let's talk a little bit about. We're happy to go hands on. Yes, you are. um, let's talk a little bit about Friday when everybody goes to check in. If you have a ticket for a JTF mission, you actually skip all lines because we have to make sure everybody's ready to go for the briefing at 6 o'clock, because you have your own specialized briefing that's not the same as the other safety briefs that are going to happen on Saturday. Um, yeah, Seb is actually going to be one of the people that's in the JTF missions. I've had to throw him around a few times. They're a lot of fun. So one of the benefits of a JTF mission is you skip the lines. You have your own dedicated spot to go up to get checked in. You actually get to go to the front of the chrono lines, because you need to be ready to sit down and go over your safety brief for the event. So now, if you don't have a full team of people, you're going to be put together with people with other skill sets and all that. All right, so here's a couple questions. Which I was actually starting to. Brian Hale, do you need your own squad? You can sign up as an individual. You can certainly sign up as an individual. We're going to try to put squad members together first, obviously, to fill them out, and then we'll have other people that are brought in with that. So one of the things is when we start releasing the names for JTF missions, you might find yourself suddenly inside of a group chat for that to talk about it, so we can start breaking people up into specific groups. It's really important if you're on a team or a squad that when you got your ticket for the event, you put your team name and your squad name down so we know to keep you guys together. All right. Is GTF missions only Friday night, and that's extra pay, right? Yes, on both
Yes.
parts. The Saturday night game is a night game for everybody, and it's going to be tacked on for points. JTF missions do not count for points during the main game. This was something that we brought in to help us cover some of the cost of some of the other stuff that's going to happen Saturday and Sunday that we don't want to give away. Just to say, you guys should be highly impressed with the production value that has been brought in for Operation Big House, opposed to what we've done in the past with Operation Lockdown. The production value went way higher. The pyro budget is way higher. So you guys should really be able to see that and have a good time with it. All right. So keep throwing these questions at us, guys. We love this. Is all about interacting with all of you. We want to make sure that you guys are up to date on all information, all the rules. Make sure we have the proper questions going on. All right. Let's see here.
Got one.
Okay. What type of ear protection is needed? Austin, I'm going to go back to your comment in a second. And I'll then Christopher after that. What type of ear protection is needed? Obviously, the more ear protection you have, the better. However, you should be fine with just the foam insert ones if that's all that you have. I know that Echo 4 or Alex will be bringing some of those extra ones there, but don't rely on those. I mean, obviously, if you have a chance to get like the shooting protection ones that have the microphone so you can hear stuff, those are obviously the best to get. So there's that. All right, let's go back to Austin's question real quick. What's the recommended color for civilian top for cartel, since gray, red, black and most likely blue are not allowed or questionable? Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, because when it comes down to cartel, obviously you cannot have red because that's an admin color. Gray, black, no, that's OP4 color. Tan, no. Dark blue, no. If it's a light blue shirt, that's fine.
It has to be vastly different, though. Like the lightest blue possible.
Are there any requirements for the JTF missions? No, there are not. So you can wear whatever you want for the JTF mission, although as long as it's within that it's full full. Your foot's fully covered. I want to say full to your foot cover, but there's no such thing.
Just a shoe.
Your boots, pants are highly recommended, guys. Running first off, it's going to be like in the 40s at night if we're lucky. You don't want to be running around in shorts. Also, highly recommended wear long sleeve shirts. So yeah, but understand too that if you're going with a bunch of green dudes and you're wearing something that the Echo 4 guys are wearing because they might have a couple civilians there, well, getting team killed really sucks. Okay, so when it goes back to the camo requirements, guys, we are going to be very strict on it this year. All right, so much so that if you're on a tan team and you're not wearing a tan shirt, you have to go to Walmart to pick them up. The last event that we had, it was such a problem that it caused a lot of heated issues. We've updated it. Tan long sleeve shirts will work. Just don't get anything gray, black, dark blue, or any of that. All right. What is the rule on grenades? 10-foot kill radius inside of small rooms, it kills everybody in the room. In the bigger cell blocks, it does not. So if it's like a 10 by 10 foot, or if it's like a 20 by 20 foot room, everything inside the room is dead, unless you're behind hard cover. which means you're behind a concrete wall or a metal door. But again, the emphasis is going to be you cannot shut doors.
At
I
all.
wish everybody was here like that we can all have them repeat it. Do
Well,
not
say
shut
it again.
doors. If a door is open, do not close it because it may not open again. And if you're on the wrong side of the door, you're SOL. So we're hopefully we'll have all these things tied down so securely that you won't be able to do it. Again, don't try it.
Right. Not an invitation.
Kevin, on a scale of a mouse to a moose, exactly how big are the ghosts there?
Moose.
They're big.
2 moose. 2 full-sized moose.
This place is freaking haunted. It's just like when you're all alone, nobody's out there. You shoot down the hall, all of a sudden you hear a hit. Oh shit! Did you lock a cell block at a tier? I did not lock a cell block at a tier. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even at the event where it happened, but we already had reports that people got locked into cells at what was it? I think it was Southern Watch, the mirror event. RC car with a claymore. Ugh.
I feel like,
explain the claymore.
Yeah.
Because if it's one of those things where it's like you stuck a Tiger grenade on top of it and you ride that thing right up somebody's ass and you let it explode and somebody gets hurt, I'm against that. But if it's something that so an RC car with a claymore. We'd have to see it to approve it. How about that? So
we're open to it, but it's already sounding a little bit.
No, I've seen the RC cars work, right? I've seen some people do it as long as they don't drive them into buildings and as long as they stay far away from people, that it's a safe detonation and all that. I've seen some that just was like one of the spin BB type of grenades, and it really wasn't a big deal. Right. However, I have seen some other ones where it was the claymore that was attached that had pyro on it, and it literally blew up underneath somebody's butt.
Yeah, we'd definitely have to see it, and you'd have to know how to use it.
A pizza truck with the PK. We're glad everybody's getting really excited for this event. So there will be 3 technicals on the field. The battle bus, which is on either side, it's going to be treated as a helicopter. The cartel is going to have the green gun truck. And right now, the DEA, we're just trying to secure the vehicle for it. Unfortunately, the Jolly Roger will not be able to go. It broke down. Will there be different rules of engagement from DEA and cartel? No. The engagements are all the same. Now, I will say, if you see Nikolai running around, who's going to be inside of a Hawaiian shirt, and he's not firing at you and you fire at him, you might have a problem. There are going to be a couple of NPCs that are around. So sometimes like shooting everything that moves is not the smartest avenue, because you might need intel or you might need to get a specific person to a location. So always be careful, because Nikolai can sometimes be a little vindictive. Brett, the sky bus from hell. The sky bus from hell is going to be a little bit different for this next event. All right. So when we go to do the transportations around and all that, they're going to be limited in use. Speaking of technicals, each side has to get the fuel they need for their technicals to be in play. So that way we don't have an overpowered vehicle issue on this field. With that. So going back to grenades, for the trucks, a grenade will disable the vehicle, kill the vehicle. It's all in the rules. Vehicle interaction rules. So vehicles, you have a max speed of 10 miles per hour, which will not really be 10 miles per hour is actually too fast for this AO. Yeah. So more than likely the technical drivers are going to be going slower. Lights must be on at all time. Do not shoot the vehicles with small arms fire, only anti-armor weapons. BBs do not take out a vehicle. Don't shoot them. Even if it's a person shooting you from them, BBs don't take out a vehicle. This is I know each time that we say this, coming from TCA events, people get upset, they get annoyed, they go, but, real life. This is Airsoft, and the last thing we need is the driver catching a stray BB at just the right angle. It gets underneath their eye pro, distracts them, they turn the wheel, and they run somebody over.
Right.
Okay, let's go back to some of these other questions. Mishka, I'll have to think on that, bud. I mean, that's a long drive for that pizza truck to go up. Is it even going to make it to Pennsylvania? Weapon restriction, DEA M4 Cartel AK. Unfortunately, no, we cannot restrict that. A lot of people don't have AK platforms. It's definitely an underutilized platform within the U.S., so we have not put that restriction on there. Will you need to revive enemies to obtain information? No. Although you might be able to revive NPCs that have been shot or been downed in order to get them where they need to be, because the NPCs are going to have the same hit calling rules as everybody else. So if you're rescuing the down pilot and you run into enemy fire and the pilot gets shot, and he is not the most sensible of individuals when it comes to his safety, you can medic him and move him around. The only difference is that the down pilot can be medicked more than its standard 2 times. Will teams be broken down into squads, and will squads have specific objective jobs? Example, demo squad, take out IED explosives. Yes, they will. As we get closer to the event within the next week or so, we'll start to break down these rosters and give them out to the 2 team leads, 2 COs for each side, so they can start breaking down their teams to do just that. So yes, there are definitely going to be some IEDs out on the field. There's definitely going to be some coke out on the field. Oh, wait, let me rephrase. Simulated cocaine. By the way, if you are a cartel and I don't see a bunch of you all running around with white powder all over your face, you're doing it wrong. Just throwing that out there.
There's a right and a wrong way.
Gert, can you please rephrase your question? Can you the players inside the vehicle, outside the driver?
He says, can you hit the players in the vehicle? No.
No.
No
BBs should be fired at any vehicles. Like I said, it's a major set. As somebody who drives a lot of technicals, I can tell you what sucks worse is that the security gunner is out there shooting and somebody shoots at the security gunner and it comes right in and it catches underneath here. I actually had it happen where I had one come in, went off my, it caught in, it was a sniper rifle. It went right on, and it punctured through my eye pro and was inside my eye pro. So it's just luckily, because I'm good at it as a technical driver, the wheel didn't shake. I just hit the brakes, but everybody inside the vehicle felt it because I slammed on the brakes hard and everybody got jostled around. So it's all a matter of the safety for the people driving the technicals and all the players that are out there.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It fits my minigun. Legit, I'll throw them out on the back. 7 dudes riding with the papa. Oh God, you're gonna kill me, Mishka. You know what, Mishka? I'll talk to you after the stream. Hit me up. We'll have a discussion. How about that? Shoulder-mounted minigun. Sure, you just cannot go inside the buildings with it. Remember, there is no full auto allowed inside the building. I know this makes a lot of people unhappy, but from what we experienced at Lockdown 1,
it just causes too many headaches.
It does. Even with people spamming their triggers the way they did, the people that were doing the speed trimmer spamming it, it caused for so many heated interactions that we had to pull. Say that again.
They could have just been avoided in general, avoiding that rule. So
now, as an LMG or SMG, if you're inside, you could shoot outside of the building as long as you're breaking the plane at full auto. From outside, you could shoot inside full auto. However, once you enter that building, you cannot shoot full auto.
And I want to add something too. As far as shooting outside goes, If a window is closed, you can't even touch it. Just pretend like it's not even there. But if it's open, you can shoot out of it, but you can't touch it at all. Like if it's open enough just to shoot out of, you're allowed, but you can't be touching any windows at all.
Okay. Yes, that if something is, unless it's an office door, if something is closed, like windows, don't open it. If it's something that's open, don't close it.
Right.
Because if you get stuck inside there, you might be in there for a while, like an entire day. We might have to literally be passing you food, water, and hopefully there's a bucket in there for you to go to the bathroom in, because getting the people to come out there to open those up is going to be a lesson in futility because of how many keys it will take to go through to find that door. So if you're taking cover and the door's open, don't close it. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so this is a good question about the medic rules. Do you have the medic rules nailed down this time? Lots of confusion with the first event.
Yes.
Yes, the medic rules are in the rule set, and those that are there. It's going to be tourniquets or ace wraps, and then we'll also have a medic bag with a possibility of getting all your lives revived with bottles of water. So check the rules. It's in there. But everybody's a medic for this event, so there are no dedicated medics. We like to keep the event going and keep you guys in the fight as much as possible. Yeah, Seb has a great point. Mark stopped talking about getting a BB under the eye when you literally took a tag round to your effing face inside the bug at Greensboro. I didn't. It was not to the face. It was actually to my chest. So, which goes into grenades, tag rounds, and everything else. When you guys are throwing grenades and tag rounds, don't aim for windows.
Oh, yeah.
Try to throw them underneath, throw them over within 15 feet. We're going to call it for the vehicles moving around and everything else like that. If you're spending money to try to take out a vehicle, everybody that's driving a technical is going to be very well aware of that and wants to make sure that you get the bang for your buck. Now, if you throw a tag round that goes 30 feet away, let's see. All right. Next question. All right. Do you guys have your squad leaders for each team picked already? I personally don't. Obviously, we got to break. There's two groups that are out there, one for cartel and one for DEA. We highly recommend everybody start joining those groups so we can start breaking them down. We don't know who's who from out on the field, so from on there. So if you guys are looking to be team leads and squad leads and all that, I would definitely say step up and start making yourself known to get that done.
We could also go post then.
Yeah. Also, it's a dance shame to get locked in. Josh is one of the guys that'll have to try to get you out, and he lives about 45 minutes away, an hour away, right, Josh? Can you steal or take revives if you down an enemy medic? I am going to say no.
No.
They just are not in play for that particular side. Pretty much, we don't want anything that's not marked for your faction. Don't touch, and it's going to be marked with green or tan duct tape. Yes. Let me I'll get the groups. Or Dylan, do you want to go ahead and get the groups up and post them in the chat real quick?
Sure.
The OBH groups. Yeah. I think I have. Yeah, I got one up right here. Okay. Wow. That first one is for cartel. And this one's for DEA. I got them.
Okay, cool.
I'm fast with this.
Yes, you are. There you go. Perfect.
All right, 1 second. Sorry, the kid's screaming his head off, calling a bunch of cheaters out, whatever game he's playing. All right. Okay. There's the two links to the two groups. All right. Says no fall inside. Would I be to leave my LMG outside and use my SMG indoor? Or
I would say.
Here's the thing: like if you have an LMG, like my stoners, that could fire semi-fire or the G&G LMG, and you can switch it to semi, you can switch it to semi. You still have the same MAD. Remember that because of how hard you shoot. So we highly recommend everybody that is a sniper class and LMG class to carry a secondary weapon. You don't have to leave it outside if you don't want to, but you can if you need to.
Right.
Uh, Robert, I'll get to you in a second. As a first-time player of any stuff, any advice, we'll play both JTF Friday and DEA. If you're a first-time player, we highly recommend that you go to that DEA page and get yourself a battle buddy. So that way they can walk you around, help you out, answer any questions you have. My best advice to you as a new player: follow people that have been to events before. Do what they say. Unless you're like me, who's just like, screw it, I'll run in. I don't care. I'll get shot to hell. Follow what they say. Listen to what they say.
Right.
Try to stay back and mimic what you see in front of you. Like if you see a bunch of guys crouched down, try to follow that same line.
You guys also got to remember, it never hurts to get a battle buddy. I mean, this place is abandoned. It's massive. There's tons of under the buildings, can get super confusing and dark. It always helps to have someone there just for safety's sake too.
Flashlights and deadlights in particular, are a must.
Absolutely. That's
if you're in that basement and nobody's got their lights on, the way that we tell dead people is a big glowing red light. If you don't have that on and you get shot to hell because you're wearing a dead rag and it's pitch black or even dark, that's on you. It's not on the player that shot you. All right. There you go, Corey. Mr. Gert said. Corey said, "I'll help Mr. Gert to a point," and that's the great thing about airsoft. So, all right, Robert Stillwell, bro, why you got to do this to me every single stream? If you want to run around on cartel, because that's the only way you're gonna be able to do it, shirtless with just your minigun, brother, that's on you.
Right.
You're okay.
You're a brave soul.
Yeah. That's on you. All right. Yes. You can walk through the AO, but everybody has to be off the field at 5:30 because JTF has to make sure that it's set up and everything else like that. You said a thing that's cut up for going under the building. We'll get to that in a second. So we're gonna have some air horns that we're gonna buy, like the ones that go up there. So when you hear 3 blasts, that means you have to come off the AO. That's one way that we're gonna signify for everybody to be out there. Everybody that's out there to get the hell off the AO. There's just so you guys know, when you're walking around, there's gonna be pyro setups set up around the field. Don't touch it. In fact, there should be no reason for you to touch anything when you're walking the field. All doors will be open. All stuff should be laid out so you can simply just walk through without having to put your hands on anything. Be aware of any traffic cones out there that might be signifying where there's some pyro locations at. You have to be, also be aware of your surroundings. There's evidently some gopher holes all over the place, which I never saw a gopher hole before. Those fuckers are huge.
We also have a full-size buck running around.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. All aware.
Yeah, you would know.
Thursday night. What the hell was that? Scared the piss out of me.
Marking on your friends still.
Yeah, I know, right? So opt for under a building. Crap, that's the wrong thing. Yes. There's actually some tunnels under the buildings, and the tunnels are going to be in play. So they link some of the buildings up. So some of those tunnel fights are going to be intense. In the basement of Building 6, it is pitch black, intense. So yeah, it's going to be pretty hectic. All right, Brandon Brooks, is there any BB weight or mag restrictions? No, there are none. All right. Do you want to handle this next one, Dylan? Cartel helmet color is green, right?
No, sir.
Yes, it is.
Wait, cartel.
Cartel.
Oh yeah, yes, it is. Sorry, I was thinking DEA. Yes, yes, it is. Yes. Excuse me.
We call those basements up north here. There's basements and then there's the tunnels. It's totally different. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, oh, Jesus Christ. The messages are coming in now.
Getting away.
No, Seb. No. I'm not even going to share that. Um, can you use Nerf-like projectiles to disable vehicles? Yes, you can. So Nerf is allowed. Tag-in products like chalk rounds and Reaper rounds are okay. No Fate rounds because they do crack windshields. We prefer chalk and pecker rounds, the ones that are the white ones that just hit the vehicles. So that way. Oh, geez, Op4. I'm glad you are. The Code War, if we stumble on a rattlesnake, typically you're probably going to be cussing up a storm. However, the actual code, the safety word is going to be blind man. So blind man's our catch-all. If somebody's eye pro falls out, somebody twists the ankle, or anything else, blind man's to be called. And when blind man called, everybody else repeats the call until it goes all the way across the field. At that point in time, if you're on a radio, call it out on a radio. You stop what you're doing, take your mag out, take a knee. The only people that should be moving during a blind man are our medical staff and admins only. Those are the only ones that should be moving around. At no point in time should anybody else. Sorry, the comments are on fire tonight. I love them. So that's the only people that should be moving around in a blind man. Now, if somebody does get hurt and it's a blind man and it's something that's localized, like for instance, little Timmy twisted his ankle, and by little Timmy, somebody that's 18-year-old stepped in the gopher hole, twisted their ankle. Well, we're not going to stop the entire game for that. After the initial blind man is called, we'll assess and we might call game on and stuff like that from there.
Right.
All right, we're going to keep going down here. What are the teams looking like right now? We're pretty close to it, even on either side. I have not checked the ticket numbers recently, but it looks like we're about. I think it's like 83 or 84 DEA versus the remaining balance being on cartel, which is just under 70. Just under 70. Yeah.
An hour ago too.
However, we have a bunch of people that we know have not bought their tickets yet. Let's see here. Yeah, because ticket sales in the past 24 hours have actually jumped up quite a bit. But we know there's quite a few teams that have not gotten their tickets yet.
Right.
All right, let's see here. Tunnels is a baby that doesn't get a hat. The tunnels are pretty awesome. I mean, we had a chance to go down there. They've all been reinforced. Now they're badass.
Yeah.
It connects, I want to say, building 5 and 6 with the hospital wing. It also connects to the chapel, which is off limits. It's not going to remain chained.
Right. We'll talk about that in a minute too.
Let's see. Foam tip arrowheads. Robert, shut up. I heard Hawaiian shirts are for homoerotic events. Just for you, Sin. Just for you. Okay. Rattlesnake in November weather. I was thinking the same thing, but you
never know, right?
They'll be hibernating by that point. All right. So that's keep those questions firing, guys. We're here for you tonight.
So maybe right now we could talk about the chapel then. So there's, for those who haven't came, there's going to be this big, beautiful chapel there, and that will not be in play at all. We can't even shoot around it. The windows were, what did Casey tell us? A few thousand.
It's a $5,000 fine.
Yeah, it's insane. Just don't even think about it. We'll have a ref there standing by to remind you. Just highly recommend don't go near it.
It's going to be roped off, so don't even go near it. Don't shoot at it. If you see a player making advancements on it, and you shoot at that, the chapel, and you hit it, be prepared to get kicked off the AO. And if you break a window, be prepared for a hefty ass fine. We're not even joking around about this. This is nothing to even laugh about. This is like 100% serious. Those are 100-year-old windows. And the fact that we're able to be here to do this event it's right between the J and F buildings. So just don't shoot at it. It's going to be roped off. You're not going to be able to pass through. All
Correct.
right. Okay. Yep. Some more stuff is coming in. Yeah. Brandon, the most fun our group had was in the basement at building 6, holding off a team in pitch black. That's fine. Just so because we have one of our pals from Dark Horse 6 that's actually going to be at the event, we want to show off. Get well soon, Steve Tom. He's currently battling COVID. He's not doing too well. Actually, he's doing better, but he's been in the hospital quite a bit. So let's go back to this. All right, another very important thing. Come on, man. Sorry, my computer's acting a little bit wonky. There will be a flown driving around. Do not shoot at drones. If there's something flying overhead, don't shoot it.
Period.
If there's an RC car on the field and it's riding towards you, don't shoot it. What should you be shooting at? People only. Speaking of designations, do we have them? Designations for what?
Yeah. Might have to elaborate a bit there, Brandon.
What's an NPC and how do we interact with them? Jonathan, NPC is a non-player character. In other words, they're not going to be on either team. Like there's Nikolai, the pilot, because the bus is going to be simulating a helo, and it's going to be dropping people around. There's going to be several instances where one team, the other team, or both teams has to find Nikolai and get him back to his bus. Nikolai loves his bus a lot. He wants to be in his bus. So the interactions that you're going to be up there, you have to be careful, especially if you're on DEA, with some of the ones that are like the civilian NPCs. They're not happy with the DEA being there because he's only pissed off the cartel, which their entire area is now being decimated by this fight between the DEA and cartel. So they don't like the cartel either, but DEA should definitely watch out. Sometimes they'll have intel. Sometimes they'll have information that you need to take back. They can be bribed with whatever you want to bribe them with. Real food, real drinks, work wonders. Starburst, freaking awesome.
Specifically Starburst.
Nikolai likes Starburst. All right, let's see here. All right, Taylor says, I have my ticket, and I'm bringing 3 with me for DEA. I got my Youngstown, Ohio DEA patches for the cosplay event in 2. Awesome. That's really great.
Awesome. Love the dedication.
Just in case, put something up to protect them. I know that they're working on it, but I don't care about just in case. We had nobody shot at the chapel during lockdown. There's no reason to point your guns in that direction. We've roped off the entire segment around it where there's no way to maneuver around the chapel. So if the chapel gets shot, it's because somebody is targeting it.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, there's cameras around the chapel too, so we'll know who it is.
Here's an excellent question about maps. Oh. Will maps be printed available for us? I would say, as we always strive to have stuff like that. However, it's not uncommon for something to get forgotten. However, Press On Apparel will be there, or Paracord Addictions, and he's going to have something very similar to this for sale. Let me make the screens. This is a microfiber map. It will have all the buildings on it. This is, it's upside down. There we go. It's a microfiber map. He'll be having them on sale for $15. I got this one from Fold-A-Gap. These things are pretty awesome because in addition to being a map, it's also great for sopping up sweat and everything else. And you can crumple it up like that, throw it in your pocket. You're good when it comes out. it's very easy to read. So I would definitely visit his booth right there at that'll be inside. He'll be inside the vendor area with the other vendors, which we're going to have XFOG there. We're going to have Dead End Outfitters there doing air fills. Oh yeah, here they are. Also, he might be able to do something like this, which is put your team on one of the cool dead rags, like mine. All right. We're also going to have tactical tax will be there with their Kydex stuff. Amped Airsoft will be there. Uh, Players Wanted is going to be there with Screech Dragon. We're going to have games. We're going to have some Jerry's and some other miscellaneous stuff, plus the raffle for the nonprofit for Battle Bus Adventures. So come check out all that stuff on the inside. So as it stands right now, I'd say we're going to probably try to have some maps, but we might not know how many we have. All right. Bus full of cocaine. Man, I can tell you right now, with all the stuff I'm bringing to this event, if I get pulled over, I'm fucked.
Yeah, try explaining that one.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. It's already tried. I mean, I'm driving around with a simulated bomb that is. It's got to be 2 foot by 2 foot, and then all of a sudden we have all these little bags of cocaine too. Yeah, that doesn't look suspicious.
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see that.
Let's see here. Let me see if I understand this question. If old Nick is freaking out and about to run out into the enemy fire, how hands-on are we allowed to go, if at all? Yeah, you could hold Nikolai back. It happened at the last one. I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go. No. It was kind of funny. Obviously, don't slam anybody down to the ground, like really hard or anything else like that. Anybody that's going to be an NPC will have to consent to hands-on. My safety word is pineapple. I want to. Here's a good one. I want to laminate maps for our team in the buildings and designations, letters, numbers. Yes, we're going to get that up by tomorrow. We need to have that. I need that too, and so does Press On Apparel. He needs that as well, Dylan.
Yes, sir.
Do we already have that? We already have a map like that, right?
I think we do. Yeah.
If not, we'll talk with Lauren from Big House, and we'll try to get one up.
I'm sure said, we'll make something up.
Yeah. I'm dropping a GPS tag in the bag the night before. Look, you're not the first person who wants to tag me to find out where I am. Oh, here's another one. We got shots fired here. Taylor, you're going DEA, you traitor. By the way, it's traitor, not traitor.
The trader of goods.
Let me poke the RC card. Do not touch other stuff like that. Sacred ground with my face. Robert, you're killing me, man. How will it work from camping and the food? All right, so we are going to have a food truck out there, right? We got that same person coming back?
Yep, same person.
She's going to be there, I believe, all 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Getty's Grill. They have awesome food. It's like Southern Comfort almost. They also have hot dogs, hamburgers. Your essentials.
Yes. So how will camping work? Camping is legitimately going to be first come, first serve. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to segregate the 2 parking lots. One side's for cartel, one side's for DEA. There's also going to be another parking lot where, if you guys know where Chrono was last time, Chrono is being moved into the backside of Building 2. So you actually will come in Building 2, go through Building 2 to get to the backside to get to the registration tables. Once you register, you can take your guns right outside to the back in Chrono. We're doing it this way. One, it's going to be warmer inside of Building 2 than being outside. Just saying. But 2, you also get a chance to see all of our awesome vendors and all that. And then you can just Chrono right out the back. But that old Chrono station is going to be where the staff camping is and where Op 4 camping is. Yes, we're better than you. Just kidding, but it's funny. So pretty much you'll be able to set up if you have a fire pit, the fire pit has to be elevated up off the ground. So if you have a small grill, those work. Small fire rings that lift the stuff up, that's fine. You also have to have a fire extinguisher nearby um, because it's going to be dry up there. It's November in PA in the mountains, no real precipitation. A lot of stuff's dying off, so
Yeah.
I'll be there. Okay, when it, will people be running lasers, and if so, will eye safe labors be enforced? If I see you coming out with the one that could start fires, yeah, you're not gonna be able to run that.
Yeah, just use
Um,
common sense.
use common sense when it comes to lasers, guys. Me personally, I'll never run a laser because if I see a laser dot on the wall, I was like, oh, somebody's coming, and there's probably going to be a hell of a lot of smoke in the air that's going to illuminate wherever a laser's coming from.
It
Oh,
would
Jesus
be
Christ!
away too. But- Oh God! You know what? I'll let you talk. I'll let you answer that one. Like,
Put off his
that
fucking
one's a little
mic.
messy.
Oh, all right. Hey, what's going on, Wolfman? This right, not cocaine. Yeah, because that really works. And with the way I drive, well, actually, I'm gonna be pulling a trailer full of stuff, so I don't think I'm gonna get pulled over this time.
This time.
Uh, oh, you'd be surprised. In case you haven't seen it, Back to the Future posters. You're so awesome.
Thanks, Wolf, man. You got good taste.
I love them. I'll leave a trail of trinkets on Laura and Nikolai. That'll work. I heard he's fat. Let's see. Will Papa Ewok be at the event? So let me address the Papa Ewok thing, right? Papa totally forgot that he called himself that he told you guys about that. Um, just use Papa is what I'll say. But yes, he will be at the event. Dead End Outfitters is one of our main vendors for the event. They'll be finding the airfill station. $20 airfill all weekend long. Um, your reactions, why I mess with you? Gee, thanks. Not like we're trying to have anything. Yeah, Christopher, we're gonna get that up. Like I said, we'll have it up probably by Saturday at the latest. We just want to make sure all the buildings get numbered properly, so you guys know where we're going to. Staff camping has the stripper poles. Shut up! Stop giving away all the good stuff. You know we're gonna get bombarded now. Um, the amount of times you get pulled over is nuts. Not as much as me because I speed like a demon. So, all right. Going on about camping, guys, we're gonna make some pretty much some stuff pretty clear. If you go onto the field, you cannot be intoxicated. Period. If you guys are at your campsites and we can smell stuff, that might be a problem. So do with it as you see fit. When it comes down to drinking, again, see previous statement about intoxication. The last thing that we want to have to do is call the cops because somebody is drunk while they're camping out Friday or Saturday nights. Okay,
Right.
so try to keep it level and cool. I'm sure the AO is not going to like it too much if there's a bunch of stuff going around. And the other big factor, the most important factor, is clean up your area. There will be a dumpster out front. Campsite quiet time. Good question. Because the GTF missions end at 11, the quiet time is going to be at 11 at midnight. So if there's loud carrying on, guys, be respectful to the other people that are going to be camping out there. If you're running a generator, the generators have to be off unless they're the quiet run generators or you have it far away from the other people that are around.
Right.
So we might actually set up a spot for RVs. There's going to be 2 different locations. Actually, let me pull up the map that we have currently. Dylan, do you have one of the maps handy?
Yeah, I could email it to you real quick.
Or just send it to me as a message.
Yeah, gotcha.
That way I can show you guys pretty much where the 2 staging areas are going to be. So if you were there for Operation Lockdown 1, we only used 1 entryway, right? This time we're going to be using 2. The lower area down below is going to be used for cartel. The upper one is going to be used for DEA. So if you were tan or on NATO for lockdown, the respawn point is going to be the same. All right, let me pull this up real quick so you guys can see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We actually have it. We have it, but it just needs to be done a little bit
Yeah,
better.
pay no mind to the labeling. It'll
The
be
labeling's accurate. It just is bad. Let me share the screen
easy.
real quick. All right. So this is the entire AO. So right here is building 2. That's where we have the admin building and all that. That's where let me zoom in. Oh, wait, I can do that. I think. Or not.
Let's zoom in out.
What the hell's going on? All right,
Almost.
it
Just do
doesn't
the
like.
opposite of what you're doing.
Yeah, let me just save this image real
There
quick.
you go.
Let me open up this image real quick. Let me toss the image over here real quick. It's as if I never done this before. Whoop. All right. Oh, much better. Okay. So building 2 is right here. Last time building A was where the start was for NATO forces. And last time building F was the other spawn. The other spawn is going to go all the way down here to building 1. Actually, there's building behind building 1, whatever this row is right here. If that's open to us, that's where cartel spawn will be. There's a gate right down here, and there's actually a parking lot down below it.
Correct.
So, um, so we'll use that. So NATO's camping is going to be right here. Cartel's camping is going to be here. Staff's camping is going to be right in that area. So pretty much both teams are going to assemble at these 2 locations out in front of their gates. When we call game on, that's when the sides are going to go. We're still deciding whether or not we're going to allow for embedded to start. Building 13 is actually K.
Right.
All right. So, I mean, again, don't take this as gospel just yet, guys, because we have to go through and make sure all the buildings are properly labeled, and that everybody has a good understanding of the buildings that are there. All right. So that's generally the map, but we're going to improve it a little bit better. So we got to get it done.
And up to that map was based off of the older one back in the 40s. Things have changed since then. Buildings labeled differently.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. All right. How's security gunner going to work for the event? How's security going to work for the event? Like security, there's going to be staff members that are going to be there that we're going to be policing around and everything else.
Right.
Totally off topic. But do you do multiple events a year? I've done several TCA events looking for good events close to home. That would be good people. Yes, we will be having more events at this AO. We'll be announcing them as we get closer to those events.
It'll be very limited per year. That we want you guys to experience it, but we also want it to be tasteful at the same time. Not cramming it down your throat.
Yeah. Only 2 teams. Technically, there's 3. There is an Op 4 team. The Op 4 team are contractors that will help cartel or to help DEA. It's going to depend on what they're bribed with. It'll depend on gameplay mechanics and everything else like that, because we're going to be guiding certain objectives and all that stuff. So they can't the contractors cannot win or lose. They're essentially working with us. That's what I already stated. Brandon, we're going to have separate parking areas for the 2 sides because it's be more advantageous for people that are in cartel to park further south, and that's where they can set up their campsites because it's closer to the south gate. Because I guess that's the south gate. My direction's messed up. For our intents and purposes, we're calling it the south gate.
Right, it's the south gate.
And number 11 was the north gate, so we're going to have people set up there, and then we're going to be at the other. And then, of course, staff's going to be up there right directly next to 11. What time should we get in there on Friday? We're going to go ahead and let the gates open up at noon on Friday for everybody that's not staff, that's not working the event, that's not helping out. So if you are an NPC, unless you have JTF missions, you're an NPC, or you already know who you are helping us with the event, noon is when you guys can start coming in, picking up your sites. Let's see here. I'll be an asshole. Don't make me. Don't make. I've seen that man mad. You don't want to see that man mad. Um, what time should? Let's see here. Any chance you use two rifles at the same time? Gunt, Gert, you're very are new to airsoft. You
Yeah.
don't want to be doing that. The only one that's stupid enough to do something like that is Robert Stillwell, and he's not a role model at any way, shape, or form. Um, all right, so guys, with camping, you guys can cook your food and everything else there. Definitely police your food, police your stuff up. If you're bringing an RV, I swear to God, we catch you dumping your freaking things on the dumping your tanks out on the field or at the location, you will not be allowed back. Don't even think about doing it. Um, it's a real jerk move to do. Um, so just pick up your trash and everything else. Speaking of trash, there will be a whole lot of raffle items. MK Airsoft is giving us stuff to raffle off. So is Dead End Outfitters, Amped Airsoft. XFOG is going to be doing it. Tax is going to do it. Press on Apparel, I believe, is going to be doing some stuff. So all that combined, you'll be able to get. You only get one ticket per person, unless you bring us a bag of trash from the field, not from the campsites, from the field.
At first, I was like, "Where's he going with this?"
There's a lot of trash out there on the field.
Yeah.
That's to fill up a trash bag, bring it in
Right.
on Sunday. You'll get an extra raffle ticket. Any chance I want a Joker bill by then? I believe you will one. I took you said as a challenge. You don't want to take it as a challenge. Please don't. Don't tempt my madness. All right, guys. So there's the so that's unless there's something else with camping, Dylan.
No, we just ask you be respectful. You know, if you're gonna have a fire, just keep common sense in mind. You know, keep your fire extinguisher handy. Just being respectful is the biggest thing because it's crazy enough that we have the opportunity to have an AO like this in general. We want to be, as respectful as possible so we could just come back. Opportunities like this don't come up very often. So let's just treat it with respect and hope we can come back and have a good time again.
Okay. Yes, I still have the MP9, obviously. Sin Williams, identifying staff members. Okay. How can they spot staff if needed? First and foremost, you're going to have admins walking around with red shirts on.
Correct. We'll say admin on the back.
If not, we're those that are going to be. There's going to be a lot of embedded admins. We have a lot of people that we can trust to go around doing it. That we hopefully will have the patches in time that say admin or ref. That way they can put it on their kit, so that way people can approach them if they have a problem. However, with those embedded admins, the emphasis is going to be that you police your side. So if there's no hit calling and stuff like that, you police your side. The only time an embedded admin should ever have to stop what they're doing, which is pull out a dead rag or put on a dead light and say admin coming out, is to diffuse a situation. Okay? Well, we don't want that to happen. If it does happen, everybody that we have on the field in that capacity essentially has our complete trust, mine and Dylan's complete trust, and Central Penn's complete trust to call out and say, you're doing something wrong. If you disrespect the player admins, you will be taken off the field for an Evo, if not removed from the AO altogether. This is not something that we're going to be playing around on.
Right.
Yes, Wiener, no Hawaiian shirt. I actually wore a different shirt for this one. Can I suicide with a Vietnamese straw hat? Jason, if you show up, I'll let you do that. Emotions and personal are set aside for an admin or a ref. Yes. So if an admin or ref comes up, like a player admin, should never be in an argument with another player, like because of that engagement. None of us will be saying call your hits. Instead, we'll just go over the radio and say war crime and cost your side points.
Right.
These guys are trusted because the people that we're bringing up, we're going to line them all up and say, come up to the front because we're going to do the elevated battle bus safety brief again because Papa's definitely going to need that. And when we have it, we're going to show all the player admins that we have for the event. And when you see them all, you'll understand that there's going to be a whole lot of people on the field that you don't know, maybe is or isn't an embedded admin. So if you're witness doing something, you could very well be called out on it. We all know that sometimes, you don't feel a hit, you don't realize you got hit or whatever. Sometimes you don't realize that your BBs are falling just short. We don't want to have arguments, fights, and everything else that break out. We want. Luckily, there was only a few instances during lockdown one where we had some heated exchanges over some CQB fighting, and those guys walked off.
Right.
So,
And you guys understand this place is thriving with choke points. There's going to be a lot of heated battles. You just got to leave your emotions to the side and be willing to hear each other out.
exactly. All right. So, let's see. My wife is coming as a photographer. What's appropriate for her to wear? Can she wear a high vis yellow top? How can we have players easily recognize her as a non combatant? Definitely a high vis. A high vis top is highly recommended. Obviously,
Right.
if she's got like a NATO helmet, that's even better because you shoot a blue helmet, a bright blue helmet, you're wrong.
Right.
Nobody should have that. So when it comes down to that, she should also, especially if she's going to be indoors, she should have some. There's one guy that went to like the dollar store and bought that cheap red Christmas light thing that's on a little battery pack. He
Yep.
put it all around his shoulders and everything else and turned that thing on, and he was a bright beacon of "Don't shoot."
Right. That's actually a great idea. Yeah.
We will also point out during the safety brief, you see the person over there that's obviously not a player, don't shoot her. It's only a worker relief witnesses. No lower face coverings are required. However, it's highly recommended.
Highly recommended.
You can actually see right here. Well, that's right there, side of my face. That was from Operation. That was from Operation Firestorm. That's through my face covering, point blank range on the shot. A BB got in and nailed me in the face. We're not even going to address that one. And Sin says it right. Don't make me be an asshole. Don't make us be assholes and kick you off the field or not allow you to go on the field because you don't have the proper camo colors. Your gear, your chest plate, your belt, your boots don't matter. Your pants, your shirt, and your helmet or hat matters. Your eye pro could be a tan eye pro on green. Your mesh mask could be tan on green. Although there's a high likelihood you could get shot with it, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for your your lid, your camo chest, your chest, your shirt, and your pants. If not, you'll be asked to go out. If you have any doubt about your camo colors, start posting them now so we can say yes or no. That's simple.
Or just send us a message.
Yes, Jason, I got nailed in the face multiple times. Come on, dude. You know how I play. The other thing, when it comes to Full Seal Eye Pro, mechanic shop glasses are not Full Seal Eye Pro. If we see them, you're not going to be able to use them. So bring spare Eye Pro. If you're in doubt of your Eye Pro being a spare set, it has to be full seal, retention strap to make sure it stays on your face. The mesh Eye Pro is not going to be allowed there. I don't care how bad you're fogging up. Our insurance requires it. You will wear it or you will not be on the field. At Firestorm 2, we had to kick 9 people off the field. One person almost permanently until he finally went down and bought a spare pair of glasses from Airsoft Junkies. Would any M81 count for cartel? Double checking real quick.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, M81's Woodland.
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, you had me guessing myself there. Yes, that is green camo. M frames with a helo kit is acceptable unless you have a really fat face and those M frames sit right on your eyes. All the way around. God's plaid. Is Ranger Green good for cartel? Yes, it is. And M frames are. M-frame Oakleys are allowed as long as they have a helo kit or they sit flush against your face all the way around. Never been to an event. Will they have a small store to buy gear and other gun accessories, etc.? How does an event works? Yes, we'll have dead end outfitters there. We'll also have amped airsoft out there. Yes, your lower face mask can be black. Your boots being black are fine. All right. Good. I have a chubby face. Let's be clear, especially you guys are on DEA. I'm going to apologize in advance. You have Bulldog as your CO. Bulldog will be looking for any sort of infractions when you're walking around that field. All right. And because Bulldog doesn't walk fast, but he does observe everything. Sin is going to be the CO on green. Sin is going to be looking for everything. Skin tight jeans with a button down shirt, partially open. Major chest here, my macho. Remember, cartel cannot have green. It cannot wear blue jeans. It's definitely civilian NPCs could do that, but not cartel. What about cosplaying the designated colors? Oh, Jesus Christ! I can only imagine Pikachu running around in fucking
tan Pikachu. As long as keep it tasteful, I would say, and stick with your team's camos. That's the biggest thing. That's how people are identifying you, is by what your color is.
Yes, and Borat thong, dude. If ain't nobody want to see that. Nobody really wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that running across the field.
You know what? He's a brave man for asking.
Especially with as cold as it's going to be, because I can tell you right now, those lower floors, the basements and all that, is going to be cold. Brandon, it's got to have a bipod on the front. It's got to have a zoom optic on it, preferably with a higher caliber, like a 308 caliber. But as long as it's got the longer barrel, it's got the bipod, the optic, and it shoots 2 joules
as well.
That would be a DMR. Wait, what's that? Can I eat a church in Kirsten? El Spanish Rosetta Stone has its uses. Churro. Okay, churro. We need staff radio channels so they stay off it. Yes, we'll be getting those radio channels together soon for Baofeng radio channels. Also, we'll have females there. There will definitely be some women there.
Very few.
Yeah. You said blue jeans are not allowed for cartel. That's strict. Blue jeans are strictly for our civilian NPCs. All right, so moving into some of the gameplay, guys, we have there's going to be 5 control boxes out on the field that are going to be tracking points. You are only to hold down your side color until it says neutralizing, and then capturing. Once it says capturing, you hold it off, and you'll start tracking points for your team. So you're not to close the boxes, you're not to move the boxes, you're not to jostle the boxes. Simply open up, hold down the button, score points for your team. There will be a couple of fake bombs in play. Some of them are going to be like football type games where you have to take it and run it as far back as you possibly can. There will be some, obviously, bags of fake cocaine everywhere that you have to collect. There'll be fake money. The money can be used to bribing certain factions on the field. There'll be some other objectives that are out there that are running around, like gasoline cans. There'll be laptops to take, stuff of that nature. So there's going to be stuff pretty much all over the AO for you guys to collect and bring back. You have to bring them back to your AO to score points. The only exception of when you, if like for instance, you shoot a TAN player and he's got a TAN laptop, you can't take that from him. You can mark the spot, hold the location down, and cover it from that spot. But imagine that the player's downed right there and secured and everything else, and then call for an admin to see if it's okay to pick up. The exceptions are the bombs. Like when we're running the big bomb, that one's in play. If you shoot an enemy player, you can pick it up and then take it to wherever it needs to go. Let's see here. Will you guys be using Ares Alpha? Ares Alpha had connections issue quite a bit with that event, or with the Operation Lockdown. We tried it as a beta thing. It did not work that well. You guys are more than welcome to use Ares Alpha for the event. I'm sure Dylan could set something up for you, but as staff, we're going to be more analog than digital for this event.
Right. I mean, the walls, they're just so thick, and I mean, if you're underground in a tunnel, there's no way you're gonna get any cell reception down there. You barely even get walkie reception sometimes in some of these buildings.
Yeah. Fake wink wink. Fake cocaine equal pixie sticks. Look, man, you don't want to be giving me a whole bunch of pixie sticks because I'll act like I am on cocaine. uh, uh, it's a prison, my dude. Yeah, there's actually a school in there. There's actually hospitals. There's a gym. We're going to be using a hell of a lot more buildings than what we used last time. So
There's a moat too.
we're going to use everything inside the fence line with the exception of building number 3, which is the chapel. The chapel is 100% off limits.
We also have another building. The owner's sons was doing a project on as well. I could pull the map up.
So there's another building out of play?
Yeah, that was building 1. The one that was as soon as you walk in, far off to the corner.
No, building 1's right there, like right in front of the thing that's out of play.
No, maybe not. Yes, it is building 1. We didn't even use that last time.
We didn't even go near it because we didn't go down there. All right. Well,
yeah. We'll have it updated on the map.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah.
We definitely need. We need to talk. Make sure that we know what buildings are on it. Who's running this circle jerk? We go into an event first time. What do you recommend to bring so I don't forget anything? We definitely recommend that you bring, obviously at least 2 pairs, 2 change of uniform is highly recommended. Because you don't know how dirty you're going to get or sweaty you're going to get one day and have to wear it a second day. Water is the next big one. I was just going to say, hydrate. Start hydrating a couple of days in advance. You'd be surprised, even in cold weather, how much you can dehydrate and sweat and everything else. You just don't feel it because it's evaporating so quick. The other thing is obviously, so bring a hydro pack. Bring spare. If you plan for a 3-day trip, bring extra clothes for a 4-day trip, especially underwear and socks. Camel pack, hydro pack, call the same thing. If you can, bring spare eye pros, bring spare mask, bring plenty of BBs. If you are not traveling by plane, or if you can travel by plane, somebody asked about that, so we can go out into the second. But if you can, bring a spare weapon to use. Bring a spare rifle. Me personally, when I go to a lot of these big events, I bring 4 or 5 guns with me. Because if my primary goes down, I have my secondary. If the secondary goes down, I have my second secondary, and so forth and so on. The other major thing is, bring your boots and bring a spare pair of shoes to use. So there's a lot of stuff like that. BBs. If you're flying though, you cannot have them as carry-on. They actually sometimes might not even be able to go through the bottom. So let's talk about traveling with airsoft. All right. If you're traveling with airsoft, no green gas on the plane. Your LiPo batteries have to go inside of a LiPo burn bag, like one of the silver ones that can't get burnt, that are fireproof, onto the plane. Yeah, they have to go onto the carry-on with you in case they catch fire for whatever. So you need that. BBs you cannot bring in carry-on because the X-ray machines really can't see through them too well, and it causes a massive amount of confusion. You don't want that. You don't want them confiscated. So leave them down below. HPA bottles, you need to call the airports to find out about. I've gotten some people that says, yes, you can. Other times they say, no, you can't. As for traveling with your airsoft gun, if you're in New York City, you cannot go to JFK with your airsoft guns. You'll get in a whole heap of trouble. So call your local airport to find out what they are. But 90% of the airports across the country, you can put them inside of a regular hard case is what I would recommend, because the handlers, they'll just toss your shit right into the plane. So if you put it in a hard case, it protects them a little bit more. When you go up to the thing, say, look, these are replicas. They're airsoft. Declare them as airsoft. They'll open them up. They'll look at them. Blah, 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 blah. No magazines can go in your carry-on, even though they're fake. That was almost very expensive for me. So, um, let's see. Anything else that I can think of when it comes down to the traveling? Uh, like if you wear real plates in your plate carriers, which I know some people do, call your local airport to find out what the rules are on that. If you're flying with real plates, you're adding a whole lot of weight for nothing. Aaron, we have no mag limits on the event. Bring a TSA lock. Yeah, definitely bring a TSA lock. Do BBs need to be biodegradable or not? Yes, they do.
Yes.
Bio BBs. Remember, this is actually a historical location. This prison's been around since what, 1914?
Pretty much, yeah, early 1900s. I've read actually 1912.
Okay. Always bring your COVID card. Um, yeah, I know some of you guys might not like that, but if you've been vaccinated, having your COVID card opens up some doors. And that's another thing, guys, too. Going back into the rule set, knife kills are silent. You walk up behind somebody, and you have to have a melee weapon to do that. It can be the frying pan. It can be a twisted tea can on a knife stick. What it cannot be, though, is your pistol pointing into somebody's side. It's got to be a melee weapon. Um, Melee kills are completely quiet. So if somebody comes up to you, go, you're dead, and they stab you with something or hit you, like do something like that, you don't sit there, go hit, put your dead light on because you can't. You just let them go through and do the humiliation kills. Laugh that your buddies that you're with are not watching their six, and they all just got eliminated. After that, melee kills cannot be revived. So put your dead lights on, wait your bleed out time, walk back to respawn. Uh, range for each class of airsoft gun? Yes, there is. There's a sniper range limit. There's a DMR range limit. There's LMG range limit, and I'm right on it right now. So if you're using a standard rifle, it's 1.55 joules with 0.32 BB, semi-automatic only. DMR rifles, 2 joules with 32 BBs is what we're going to chrono it at. Minimum 50-foot engagement distance, semi-fire only. This is a mandatory sidearm or backup item. 150 indoors minimum engagement distance. So in other words, if you're running a DMR and you're indoors, there's very few buildings it's going to work.
Right.
All right. Saws or LMGs, 1.86 joules with 0.332 BBs, 50-foot minimum engagement distance, box mags only. So you can't have, I mean, if you're on the field, your box mag runs out and somebody hands you an M4 that fits inside there, it's okay with that. Well, you just can't run out to the field expecting to use high cap, spinny wheels. Mandatory sidearm backup weapon. Rate of fire is capped at 30 rounds per second, guys. Nobody needs to be shot with a gun that's doing 60 rounds a second or 50 or 45. Sniper rifle, 2.81 joules with 0.32 BBs, 100-foot minimum engagement distance, 150-foot indoor engagement distance, bolt action only, mandatory sidearm. SMGs, no 1 joule with 0.32 BBs, no minimum engagement distance, rate of fire 25 RPS, and of course, no, you can't go full auto indoors. So, but you can go full auto going around the corner on the outside. Just understand, some people might not like it.
Right.
I never did get that. Like going around, whatever. All right, and then pistol sidearm 1.55 or 0.32. Some people that do run pistols, you can use the high cap tap kits and all that, where you're running an M4 mag inside of a pistol. For some of you speedy boys that might be out there. Does this event have people shooting blanks to simulate real combat? There will be blank fire guns at this event run by Echo 4. It's going to be used in the JTF missions, and it'll also be used for ambiance, if you will, out during the way the event's going on. You do not have to call blank fire shots. So if somebody's pointing a gun doing that, you might not want to be around it, because I can tell you right now, inside of a closed door area, it's loud as shit. Nade rules, 10-foot radius, which means It could be 20 feet from one side to the other. If the grenade gets thrown right in the middle, you're 10 feet away to the north, and the other guy's 10 feet away to the south. That's a 20-foot radius. Yes, it kills. Um, inside of like small rooms that are not like some of the bigger jail cells, but if it's like 20 by 20, 30 by 30, unless you're behind hard cover, which is designated as concrete walls, metal doors, furniture does not count, or in another room, the grenade kills everybody inside the room, period. That also stops people from throwing multiple grenades inside of a room to try to get that one person that's hiding behind a desk.
Right.
Desks are not, cubicles are not hard cover. Can you please state that only admins with blank fire guns? Yes. The blank fire guns are only to be used by a select couple of people. There's only going to be, I believe, one, if not two of them on the field. If somebody shows up with a blank fire gun and they're not Echo 4, they better not. It'll be a problem.
Right.
Oh, one major problem. So because of the safety, it's all a matter of the safety fire guys. The guy that runs Echo 4 has a hell of a lot of training with this. Oh god, it's so black.
Oof.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna go on that train. Higher mid cap mags are the ones that are, I believe, in the op board. You should know better, Garcia.
Yep.
All right. Okay, I'm just going over some of the other stuff, like with the medic. Do you have any other things? Oh, dragging. Okay, this AO has shit everywhere.
Yeah.
We do not recommend you grabbing somebody and dragging them anywhere, like physically dragging them. So it's the buddy thing where you touch somebody and you have to walk to the location. You just can't grab them and say, run, 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 run. No. All right. We're not going to encourage people to drag people. That's how kit gets damaged. That's how people get, how issues and stuff go on. Now, Echo 4 might have something different when it comes to their JTF mission. That you'll get a separate briefing off of that. But when it comes to actual gameplay, all you regular players, nobody should be dragging anybody around. All right. One, nobody really shows up with like real weapons or anything else like that. All right. Weapon hits do not count. All right. Now, when we say weapon hits don't count, that's the weapon that you actively have in front of you. If you have a gun slinged across your back and somebody shoots it, it's considered gear. Let's see here. What else we got here? Will we be able to take players hostage and hold them for ransom? There might be a few NPCs that have that. Right now, we really don't want to have a whole bunch of stuff integrated in that play. We do have some stuff that we're planning for future events, but pretty much we want to make sure that the thing that would suck the most is if you, as a player, all of a sudden get captured by, say, cartel. A bunch of cartel members take you captive and walk you all the way over to wherever they're going to hold you at, and they hold you up for 30 minutes of gameplay. How happy would you be that happened to you?
Right.
There's some NPCs that are going to be doing it because that's what they expect. That's what they signed on for. But as players, we want you guys out there slinging as many people as you can. Don't need nobody dragging my fanny by my $20 Lancer chest rig. Absolutely. Let's see here. Throwing BBs count? No. No fireman carrying Joker. Look, if you could fireman carry my fat ass, that's patch worthy.
Deserve an award.
That is definitely patch worthy. I'm 275 pounds. I'm 6'2". Yeah, I'm not an easy guy to carry. If we Chrono all our guns day one, we're good for the weekend, right? Yes. Now, I'm going to explain something very carefully because if we Chrono your gun and we find it shooting hot later on, especially people with HPA, and we find that you tampered with stuff and anything else, that's going to be a problem later on. You might be kicked off the field for it.
And we will have
This one right here, that was almost an embedded BB. I mean, you guys really can't see it too much, but I mean, that was from a guy shot me at. There's another one. I won't take off my shirt because I know how much you guys hate seeing my chest. But when I got hit with that, we chronoed the kid, and what he did was he went in and he adjusted his tank up to 130 psi, and he was now shooting at 1.88 joules. And yeah, I was like 30 feet away from him, and this was a rifleman only class event. There was no other special rules or anything like that.
and we will be having chronos on some of the refs too. We'll be chronoing randomly.
So you should be fine as long as you don't modify your guns. Anything else after you get chronoed, you'll be okay. Now, sometimes we know that sometimes things, people get hot as time goes on. There might be a little bit of swing, but there's not like a 10 to 15 point swing in joule rating. I don't care where you are, except for those of you with CO2. If those of you have CO2 and you go to chrono, remember the temperature of the air affects your gas. So you might not pass chrono with a fresh CO2 bottle inside of your guns. All right. Will the vehicles, will there be any event? Yes, there are. There's going to be at least 3. 2 vehicles so far, plus the battle bus. Most people forget about that. Okay. I'm 3 to 30 pounds in a CNA, so I'm used to carrying people, bud. Okay. Challenge accepted.
I invite you to
so Chuck from the Goonies. You start doing that, Wolfman. Ow! Why'd you fall out of my nuts? No reason. Yeah, Cindy, you could do that. Cindy, you could outrun Chrono. We are going to have, what'd you order? I think 4 or 5 Chronos?
Yeah.
What did we order? 4 or 5? We have something like that. Juan, you're too new to be an admin. Slow your roll, son.
Yeah. Just got here.
Homemade guns, and you know why. Define homemade gun. Are you talking about the jackass that, takes an air hose that connects it up to a bottle that just has a barrel and it just goes
flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, because we usually cannot regulate those.
There's just no way to chrono that.
There's way to chrono it. The problem is you can't stop it.
Yeah.
Shotguns, 3 and 6 shots are allowed. So that's the only gun that's fired indoors that should be having fire more than 1 BB per BB pull. Which brings me to binary triggers. What we call semi-only means 1 pull, and the release of the trigger only shoots 1 BB. If you have binary, you pull and then release, and then 2 BBs come out. That is binary. That is not full. That is not allowed. To do with the homemade shotgun. We'd have to see it on the field, to be honest. I would tell them also, just in case, bring a secondary weapon. How many airsoft guns do you bring? I bring at least 5 guns with me to almost every event. And there's been events where I actually went through all 5 and had to borrow from somebody else. That was a bad weekend. Are water grenades allowed? No. It's going to be too fucking cold for that. Juan, what the hell are you thinking, man? I don't show up one Wednesday, and yeah. So we have to see the shotgun to approve it. Can we reload on the field? Yes, you can. We're not being super strict with that. Look, the main goal behind this is that you guys are out there playing and having fun. We want to give you guys as much trigger time as possible. We want you to have these epic battles and everything else. So we want you to make sure that you're going to be plenty hydrated. Bring water out to your AAs. Set your stuff up. We were contemplating before swapping the spawns around. We've decided not to do that. So then that way you guys could set up your AAs and have your stuff there with no problems. Rainbow tracers, I'm all for it, man. I want one of those.
That's a thing.
Oh yeah. Shane, the patch maker did not get the patches done. They won't be done in time for lockdown. We will get you out them as soon as we have them, though. We will have operations. We all have Big House Syndicate patches, but he forgot to do the lockdown ones, and we're deeply sorry, but we will get them out to you guys. We promise. So let's see here. BB grenades. Yes, BB grenades are allowed. Um, let's see here. Uh, yeah, the Biofrost, man, that thing's awesome. I want it. I
Yeah.
want one so bad.
Yeah.
It I just want to emasculate people with all the colors of the rainbow.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Baby powder grenades, man. Come on, I don't want to be.
All
Well,
these
hey,
different
we'll
grenade
look like we're.
types.
I know. Well, it always happens where, and I know how the baby powder grenades work. That's when they take a Thunder V and put a bunch of baby powder inside of it and throw them inside. Um, uh, I usually carry 2 to 3 bottles in my backpack along with the note. That's fine. Typically, what I do is I carry my Odin in my dump pouch and I just reload through my dump pouch. Or the Skittles Mexicans. Taste the rainbow, bitches. All right. Let's see. Anything else that we have to cover? MA Monday? Yeah, Chris, I'll be there Monday. I wasn't there this week for MA because at Firestorm I pulled a muscle and pulled a tendon actually. And it's a tendon you don't want pulled. It's like we'll just leave it at that. All right, let's see. Medic rules. I'm just going over the rules here, guys. By the way, so if you're dead, you are to kneel, sit, or lie down. It's to signify, especially if you've been hit and you need a second to get out your dead rag or your dead light. Kneeling signifies that you've taken the hit. Raise your hand up while you try to get your stuff out, and vocally yell "hit, hit, hit." Let people know so then that way you don't get overshot. Also, I'm going to say 2 things on this. One, if you kneel down, your partners that are behind you that are using you for cover are going to be exposed. That means the person that's shooting you, and like I did it at Firestorm. I had to yell "dead player kneel" because 3 guys were advancing up behind him, and I ended up shooting all the way down the line. The second thing is, if a player is dead kneeling in front of you, while it does not say in the rules you can or cannot use that dead man as cover, understand if you're that dead man that's being a meat shield and you're being medicked or your buddies are hiding behind you and you keep getting shot and you don't like that, you can get up and move 5 feet away and kneel down. If your buddy then follows you and hides behind you, your buddy's a dick. I'm just saying. Um, you could also tell people not to use you as cover and just get out of their way for that reason too. Same thing, guys. If a bunch of dead people are walking back to respawn, no, you cannot. If you're on the enemy team, no, you just can't. You can't hide amongst the dead as you walk back to respawn. Give some space. If you hit it, medic, it never comes. How long do you stay till you go back to respawn? 5. Give me 1 second. I just want to 5-minute bleed out. Yeah, it is a 5-minute bleed out. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah, because people won't use dead people as cover there and kill their CO, right, Joker? I never used any dead people as cover. I just happened to walk by. You guys were all respawning. I sat down on a wall. It's not my fault. Your guys killed Rooster and not me. That's on you, not me. Yeah, so we post the rules in multiple spots. So if you guys are having difficulty looking at rules, when 1 week out from the event, we will mass email everybody with a copy of the rule set to make sure that you have it.
Right.
All right. We'll probably have some spare ones also at the event. Also, all admins need to carry a copy of the rules on them at all times to make sure that if anybody has any issues, they can just simply pop out and go, aha, let's see if you're right or not.
For now, a really easy place to find it, cpmilsim.com.
Yeah, cpmilsim.com, guys. We have the rules in 3 locations there as well. We have the rules posted on the Facebook page, posted in the About Us. It's on the event page. It's everywhere. So at this point, if you guys don't have the rules or have questions on rules, we'll always answer them. Don't think that you're bothering us or disrupting us. If you don't know and you have to ask us, we will tell you. However, the day of the event, did you read the Warlord? All right. I don't think there's. Oh, if you're using a tag launcher, you can launch a tag launcher from out of the building. Out of the building to hit people and all that. Um, if you're using Reaper rounds to launch for anti-personnel, it better be an airburst. If you shoot somebody dead on with a tag projectile, you'll probably be asked to leave the field. We understand accidents happen, but at the same time, there's a dude that was at Stonebreaker this year that took a tag round to the face, and he was fucked up. It smoked his eye pro. If it wasn't full seal, he probably would have lost an eye. And he was bleeding profusely from his mouth and nose for a good 30 minutes. I mean, it was bad. So you can shoot from a tag launcher from out to inside of a building, but you cannot shoot inside to inside of a building no matter what. So doorways, there's a way to be clear. All right, let's see here. No ladders are in play. So stairs, what designated as a ladder, if you have to go vertical, that's a ladder. Stairs go up sideways. I think everybody here knows the difference between ladders and stairs. All right, let's see.
There's always one.
There's always one.
Yeah.
Wolfman, I'll get with you in a second. Let's see here. Like so when some idiot brings up that we weren't supposed to be shooting through fences while the fence is on the field, and finds out the fences are, you could shoot through fences. I don't know who the hell said that you can't shoot it through a chain link fence.
Right.
I was like, but you can shoot through a chain link fence. So fences are in play.
Yeah. Half is fence.
The only fences you should not be shooting through are the perimeter fence that goes around the entire facility. Because they're shooting out, nobody should be outside that fence to begin with. So shooting out, you're shooting into technically safe zones. So the only fences that are not in play is that big ass perimeter fence that goes all the way around the facility. Will there be medical staff just in case something will happen? Yes, there will be medical staff in play. That'll be real medics at the location.
EMTs will be there all the time. Yeah.
Hey, Tyler, you were the idiot. Good job, brother. Let's see. Hold on one second. Do you want to hit on breaking the opening of a window while? Yes, you have to break the plane on first floors. Like I said, a lot of those windows are not open. They're not.
Right.
If they're closed, don't open them. If they're open, have at it. Let's see.
No touching of anything.
Yeah. Let's see here. Do not block or obstruct any of the doorways, any of the walkways. Don't move their furniture around. We had a big problem with Operation Lockdown where people decided to be tactical and essentially barricaded up some of the entranceway into these buildings. Don't do it. If we catch it happening, everybody in that building, I don't give a shit which team, if it was your squad, your team or not. If you see the doorways particularly barricaded, unbarricade them. If not, we'll blow the building and everybody will be dead, have to wait 5 minutes and go walk back to respawn. With that being said, smoke has to be deployed 25 feet off the doors. No smoke indoors. We had a big issue where somebody accidentally threw in a smoke grenade instead of a flash grenade into building D last time, and I had to go walking in there to pull the smoke grenade out, which I couldn't find. Evidently, it turned out to be some awesome pictures of me walking out of the smoke, but that's irrelevant. It's not about awesome pictures playing Airsoft. You have questions on that?
No. Some people might beg to differ. Gotta love the parking lot queens.
Let's see here. We'll definitely talk to you about that, Garcia. Let's see. No hot boxing, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone has to set the bar low. Well, fill safe should be available for HPA users. Yes, Dead End Outfitters will be doing that. $20 for an all weekend fill. Time to get the claymores. No trip. Only claymores allowed on the field are ones that use laser or IR. You cannot put an actual line trip. No booby traps that use actual physical line. So if the booby trap's actually going to trip somebody up, you can't do it. Airsoft's all about awesome picks. For the gram, bro. You can be super awesome. If you think you're going to be super awesome, bring your sniper because there will be plenty of second story windows to shoot out of. You're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
What's up, Yordi? Cartel's does what they want. So one of your NPCs is actually Yordi. I think he's Colonel Bling Bling. If you're crazy enough to follow him into battle, you're going to have some pretty extensive stuff to go there. I've never done a Milsim event. Will be someone teaching us how to be tactical. So I want to learn so I don't mess it up. There's going to be plenty of guys out there that'll be more than willing to say, follow us and do as we do. They're not going to tell you how to do it. You're just going to follow along and see what they do. So watch and listen to the person in front of you. You know, it's the best way I can say doing it while you're learning. You know, if a bunch of guys are crouching along the side of the building, do it. I would not follow me into battle because I am not tactical.
You get a good story out of it.
You'll get a good story. Look, it'll be epic. It'll be awesome. You might get a whole shit ton of kills, but what I do and what my team does is not really tactical. What we do is we mill speed. So we have no issues with running doors. When we go kicking in doors to go, attack a building and all that, we have a 3-to-1 ratio, is what we call it. First guy through the door though can have a 0-to-1 ratio, another KDR. So if I go in the door first, my job is to shoot as many people as I can before I get shot, and also be the body shield for the person behind me to at least identify where I'm getting shot from, so they can shoot them. So I'll always be the first person through the door on my team because I know I'm about to be stupid. My body is a roadmap of pain and suffering from it. So if I have a 0-to-1 KDR, that's great. It's fine. It's okay. If I get a 1-to-1, it's awesome. If I get a 3-to-1, that's freaking fantastic. The guy behind me has to have at least a 2-to-1 KDR. They should at least see where the people are getting shot from so they can take them out. The third guy behind him should be able to mop up anybody left inside the room, and so forth and so on. That's how we push through. So that's our tactic. It works for us. It does not work for almost everybody else. Our team motto is, it's a terrible idea. Where do we start? We're the guys that get shit done in the most crazy ass ways possible. Follow Lone Wolf. Follow me. It's a bad idea. I'm Colonel Bling Bling. Joker's the effing Kool-Aid man. Yes, I am. I've literally fallen through walls before. I'm following Wiener. That's a good case. If you want to if you don't want to get shot up, that's a good person to follow. So pretty much, if you're brand new to Airsoft and you're trying to go through and doing it, we'll try to put you with people that we know that can help bring you along. Now, they're not going to hold your hand. They'll probably answer basic questions, but pretty much listen to what they say and follow with what the team's around. If they tell you shut the hell up, shut the hell up. You guys be selling patches on site? Yes, I'll be selling the hood rat shit, tactical hood rat, the battle bus rose. The players want a patch. I know Dead End Outfitters will have a couple of their patches out there. You'll be given an event patch for free, and we'll have a couple extra if you want to buy extra ones. I want to hold somebody's hands. I want to hold your hands. Sorry. Except for Wiener. He babysits everyone. Okay. So I'll help newbies to a point, bud. I'm right there with you, man. There's certain times where it's just like, look, I've told you a dozen times what to do.
You got to let them free on their own. Sink or swim.
Dog collar for wolf with a leash attached to it. Yay! Oh, God. You guys are too funny. All right, let's see. What else do we need to cover here? Gloves are a high recommendation. They're not required, but you'll thank me later. Take this, pull the pin, and run into the room. I've done that before as well. We reserve the right to make changes, to pull people off the field as admins of this event. I can tell you from both mine and Dylan's experience with Operation Lockdown, we're going to be extremely fair. We're going to be extremely reserved. And it's a last-ditch effort. If we have to pull you off the field, it's because you're doing something very wrong,
Right.
and don't do that. Also, be extremely careful running into some of the rooms. The floor might be slippery. Well, hopefully, it won't be. There won't be wet.
Yeah,
What
no.
type of grenades are allowed? EG67s, tag products, um, EG products. The only stuff that's not allowed is stuff that you have to light with a lighter. It has to be able to be pull pin, cold burning, throw. Is the place haunted? Yes, it is. It's freaking haunted.
Do some research. You'll find out.
Look, man, I don't know. Nobody was inside. Nobody was on the field. I was in the basement getting set up before the game start. I shot my gun, and all of a sudden I heard hit from the distance. I don't know.
Oh my God! Come on.
No, but the greatest part was I was in the basement doing the down pilot one.
Yeah.
This kid walks into the basement. He's following the chem lights that we had on the floor. I'm inside of one of the cabinets that's like right when they walk past. I'm sitting there like this, and unfortunately the GoPro wasn't on. So, and
Right.
I turn to the wall. I go, get out. Kid runs into the wall, backpedals out, and goes, "Holy shit, something's in there." There's a group of 4 guys. One guy goes, "I think that's the pilot." The next
Yeah.
guy goes in right, and then he goes by and he shines his light, and the light goes like right in front of me. I'm like tucked up against the wall like this, and the grate was open, so it was like great, so you can actually see me. And then he walks by, and I go, "Leave now." And I did it into the corner, so it like reverberates around. Dude, he hauls ass out. So finally, I had enough fun with it because he's like, "Fuck, there is something in there." And
Yeah. Right.
the 4th person, similarly, he's literally like, they're all like three of them are freaking out. The 4th one's, I'm bet it's the down pilot. So I just went, bah, 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 bah. He goes, "See, I told you it was the down pilot."
Yeah. Right.
What's up, Augie? No one alone, always have a battle buddy. Okay, here's some other very important things for the AO. Yes, everybody needs to have a battle buddy. You cannot be there solo. Have somebody there with you in case you get locked into a cell or something happens. We know where you are. If you have a vehicle out in the parking lot, it needs to be visible to us and legible to us, your name and your telephone number. So that way, if you're trapped inside the buildings on Sunday, we don't have to go hunting all over the place because you decided to go to the hotel with your buddies and spend the night at the hotel, leaving your car there. I think you can come back at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon to pick up your car.
Yeah.
We are speaking from experience here.
Right.
So make sure you have your name and number and an emergency contact name and number on the dash of your car so we know who to call. Guessing no boombox in the backpack allowed? It's allowed. It's just that's going to give you away big time.
Yeah.
Like if I hear a boombox coming, first off, it's going to be perfect opportunity for me to come up behind you and knife kill you because it's going to hide all sound that you could possibly be making.
Yeah.
If someone on tan doesn't dress like a Ghostbuster, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry if I don't see a bunch of coked out players, regardless, running around. How can I get a battle bud? Gert, we will definitely get you hooked up with somebody.
Just come up to an admin, any admin,
Yeah.
will help you out.
Corey said he's help you out to an extent. So
Yeah, not Corey.
cool.
Any admin but Corey.
Playing nothing but ghost effects. It's a good thing I got on here. Yeah, Yordi, it's good that you finally capped on to some of the stuff that you're doing. All right, so this is a great Q&A so far, guys. I mean, we're here for as long as you want us to be here. I think we've covered just about everything.
I think so.
Join the cartel. I got a battle buddy for you. He's already going tan, Yordi. You can't have him. I'll sell my services. There you go. Op4 Airsoft. If you actually want somebody to help you out, reach out to Garcia, Op4 Airsoft. Friday night is definitely going to be a time to go around, visit the vendors, and visit people with your faction. A lot of us are going to be on the field quite a bit, so or be at the location. Op4 Airsoft. I have the wife and a Navy buddy coming with me. That's awesome, man.
Cool.
Corey, we'll give you just a tip, Look, man, this is Milsim, not Pornhub, okay? One bottle of water for what? What can you trade? What can you use to trade for to bribe people with? Look, I could tell you right now, Candy works, beef jerky works, water works, little
Starburst.
snack packs works. Yeah, Starburst works well
Yep.
for me. Um, uh, Cartel bling bling side. Um, it'll cost them. I don't smoke cigarettes, so that doesn't affect me. Um, but Augie, you could definitely buy Augie with cigarettes. Augie, hell, you could get Augie for cheap for just a big old hug. He likes hugs. Some people call them struggle snuggles, but hey. All right.
My God. Jesus.
All right, we already went over seat. Okay. I'm just seeing if there's any other rules that people need us to go over.
I'll take a second just to talk about deadlights again. I mean, that there's nothing more important than that. So, not a good, probably over 50% of this property is all underground or extremely dark. It's a maze too. So again, battle buddy, gotta have one. But no one's gonna know you're dead, even if you yell hit. There's gonna be so much going on unless you have a deadlight. I mean, turn the lights off in your home and see if you can see anything around there. That's exactly how it is.
It is, guys.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I can show just how dark it is. Give me a second. To give you guys an idea of just how dark this place is. When I say pitch dark, I literally had to go. We had to go out and get some chem lights to throw them in the basement, so
Right.
people will know roughly where the down pilot was. Just some ambient light and all that stuff.
It's a
So
legitimate this.
yeah, lockdown. The hell? Oh, there it is. All right. So there's a pretty good indication right there just how dark this place is. And this was great because you could hear them saying NATO to each other. I'm a scared down pilot. I'm so mean at this point. I really am.
That wasn't me. That was down there. I'm right next to you. Good hit. Good hit. Medic.
As you can see, you can't see nothing.
Yeah. Surprised you got a hit.
Well, there's those small little flashlights that were put up, right? That I
Okay.
put up there, those small little things. So I have just enough ambient light for my my natural vision. I could see really well in the dark, so I could see where the people were and all that. And it was just perfect for me.
Nice.
No hit.
That guy in that little room, right here. Right here, right here. That guy in here.
Oh, so going back to where I was hiding, I was hiding right there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, when I scared the hell out of the guy.
Man,
This was a perfect spot in the basement, man. I love this spot.
it really is so dark.
I love it. So if you guys are like new to Airsoft and you're seeing tactics and all that, the fact that they backlit those guys, I could see exactly just how many people are about to breach that door, which is 3 of them. I can see their shadows. It's perfect. It's like I hate it when I have somebody behind me. I hate when I have somebody behind me that backlights me because this shows away my position,
Yeah.
and I work so much better when they don't do that. Like you could shoot if your BBs can penetrate that great, like mine sort of did. That
You'll
counts.
not take Nikolai alive! You'll not
There's going to be a
take
lot
me
of indoor
alive, you
CQB for this.
communist pigs!
Holy crap. Man, I would have been shooting bricks when they dropped them.
I am not one of you followers as the rest of you are.
They're like, "Are you NATO? I'm shooting you guys."
Do not enter this place or I shall kill you all!
Hey, you're pretty good at that, Mike.
My accent sucks.
Yeah.
They blew themselves up. That was great. So this sort of gives you guys an idea of just how dark this place
Did
is.
you not just blow yourself up? Hit. I am the hit. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. Stop shooting. You have got Nikolai. You have killed me. If you ticked me too much.
So to answer the question about how handsy can somebody be?
I've already been shot in the dick. You don't want to be shot by that thing in the dick.
Hold on.
That's a smart move.
Jess. Hold on.
But Nikolai wants to go that way.
Clear, Jess? Let's go.
My baby! Oh, it's my baby. Yes.
So that just gives you sort of like a hint of just how dark this place can be. Never played either inside or outside. I hope to be fun. It should be fun.
It's awesome.
I'll be the one with the P90. The great thing that we got that. Do these games have an HVT? Yes, there will be some HVTs. Typically, it's going to be Nikolai running around. Other HVTs are going to be on either side. You're going to have Colonel Bling Bling is an HVT. So if you're, we'll find one for DEA to be a HVT. So it will not be Bulldog because Bulldog really can't move around that much because of yeah, he doesn't move fast. HVT Papa. We don't know how much Papa's going to be in there to play and all that stuff, but yes, I'm sure he'll be one as well. You guys will get a list of some of the COs and XOs that you could take and capture. We'll see who's on what side, and we'll go from there. I might just turn freaking Garcia into an HVT from that freaking grenade he threw at me. So, guys, going back into the JTF missions, if you have not experienced like a tier 1 for TCA or anything else, these are something to really experience. It's going to be very immersive. It really is going to attack. I thought I was used to playing Milsim stuff, and then I did the Helo ride for Overwatch 6 where we landed on the roof, and the JTF mission that followed it. Followed that thing was immense. I mean, it was only an 8-minute long firefight or mission. It started with the door being blown, and you feel that concussive force in your chest. I mean, it's a boom, and then from there, it's just a firefight trying to get the people out and all that. Like a good luck charm. He gets angry when you guys do that. Bulldog Pew willing to ride a 2-wheel dolly. He probably won't, to be honest with you. And I don't think that's going to be too safe. Look, he's already like part machine anyway with as much titanium that's inside of his body plus the shrapnel that's still in there. So I would say no. I imagine that he will be on one of the vehicles and all that stuff. So let's see here. So, guys, get your JTF missions. They're going pretty fast now. So, since we started announcing it, we actually sold a few. So, that's good. But Oh, look at that.
Man, I wish I could be part of them. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be so awesome, man.
Oh, you can do one.
Well, I mean, if the invitation's there, maybe I will. It's
What do you call too much gear for airsoft? That's a difficult. That's for me. Too much gear is a plate carrier. I run an H belt and H harness and battle belt. But I mean, I've literally seen people walk on the field with 50, 60 pounds worth of gear, and the only thing that does is it drives them, it runs them down.
If you want a good light plate carrier, I run a JPC, a Cry JPC. They're pretty much as light as it gets, but I'm even myself thinking of going to a chest rig. It's just too heavy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, most people don't realize that most plate carriers, when they're not even wet, when they don't have anything in them, just the plate carrier themselves, weigh close to 3 pounds. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it adds up
When you're
over
running
time as you're running around with it, and then you start absorbing sweat into it. Then you're going to add a hydro pack, which is going to add a couple pounds. You're going to add a bunch of mags, which is going to add a few pounds. If you have a battle belt on there, plus your gun and everything else, next thing you know, you turn around, you're 30 pounds heavier than you were before. Some people like that. Some people run around. Yeah, it sounds great, man, Kurt. So I like to go as light as I possibly can, so that way I can go longer and I can go faster. Like you'll even see me sometimes on the field. We just did it last weekend where we heard there was a firefight inside this one hallway that was near our spawn. So I literally dropped kit and ran with just one mag in my gun that was full and my rifle, and I pushed the doorway. And then the team came up after because I went around the corner. I was like, "Come on, let's go!" And then they got there just in time with my kit for me to get hit, get revived, put my kit on, and then go as normal. So if you're low as not 50 pounds, you're not trying. Sin, don't listen to Sin. Don't listen to Sin. With mags in his waistband. Dude, don't tempt me. Nikolai should just run with a fanny pack. No. Now, typically when I run as Nikolai, I don't go nearly as heavy as I normally do, like with ammo and everything else like that, because my job there is not to be a player. My job's there to enhance the gameplay. However, if Nikolai's job is to go help get something so he can go out, like his co-pilot, which will be another mission in itself, you then have to control Nikolai. Controlling Nikolai is going to be an element that you have to do. I mean, it very much is one of those things where you better have a short leash on him, because if you could turn around and he's all of a sudden running headfirst into combat, he's not sensible at times. One of the ways that you can res him up if we get it made in time is the blue candy.
The blue candy. What is that?
The meth, the blue candy meth.
Oh, yeah. The blue candy.
Because when he's got the blue candy with meth, he's damn near invincible for about 15 seconds. He might die after, but yeah. So this is some of the cool stuff that we're really incorporating into this. And as this event progresses, you'll actually see a lot of that stuff open up for players as well. You know, stuff of that nature, things going through. Oh, what do I like to eat? I love beef jerky. I love Reese's peanut butter cups. Reese's Pieces work too. You know what you need to do is you need to get fake beer. You know, something that looks like beer that you can put a fake label on, and just like do it like with a little stick with a string in front of me. That'll be funny as shit. Be creative. The only thing I won't eat is onions and Mexican food while I'm on the road. That hurts bad. If I need to buy a pizza, I will. Hey, what are you trying to say, man? I'm not that fat. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, somebody got it. Sin got it. I don't like root beer though. It's got to be cream soda. But you know, you'll find we want to try to start encouraging sort of like a barter system and all that. There's going to be times where the battle bus will be sitting out in the open, and there might be several different ways you could take it. Diplomacy might work.
Right.
The way I always say is, don't point a gun at an NPC or Op 4 unless they're shooting at you. because you might be able to finagle some stuff. Of course, the down pilot missions, I will say, there is no negotiation. There is straight up. You better the way that you're taking out, the way you're getting out the down pilot is you got to go through that op 14, which is a pretty badass team. That's that's a pretty good team that we have set up for that. So, and remember, it's not just me you could bribe as well. You could buy the contractors and everything else. We'll be setting up our own little contractor fob somewhere on the field that we won't let you guys know about. You won't know where it is. We'll know where it is, and that's all that matters. Let's see. Any other question that you guys have? I love it when the chat's engaged like this. 2 bottles of cream soda on my fanny pack. Got it. Bribes make the world go round. Yes, they do. So we're going to try to make this as fun as possible for you guys. We took a lot of feedback from Lockdown, applied it to Operation Big House. And for those of you that stuck around for this, we're going to give you a little sneak peek. We have 3 events planned for next year. One will be Operation Syndicate 2. Another one's going to be a Fallout themed event. So it'll be a more LARPing event with limited ammo and stuff like that. And then the third one's going to be another a traditional Milsim with traditional teams on either side. Tyler, how can I contact you out here at our OBH DEA group? Keep Starper smoke. See, the thing is when I start telling people how they could bribe me, what'll be really great if like 2 guys could, like one team from each side comes out. I'm sitting in the middle inside of, I'm like, I'll actually cheer. All of a sudden, I got 2 guys coming out with white flags and they're all bringing me stuff. And I'm just, look, guys, we're going to make this as fun as we possibly can. The giggle fest that we all want to have is immense. The camaraderie we want to have is going to be pretty high. Word has it too that there might be a smoker out on the field. Well, not on the field, but at the event for Saturday night for some mean smoked brisket.
I heard it's pretty good.
Look, people love putting my meat in their mouth. I was gonna say.
What the?
Syndicate 2 Electric Bigelow, full of candy. And hey, guys, sometimes the candy and all that stuff also helps with your fellow players. Passing stuff around. Joker's meat. Yeah, Sin had some of my meat. I'll pack a goodie bag. This is the stuff that we want to see. We want to see that you guys are going to have goodie bags and everything else. There'll also be intel carried on players. We're also going to get decks of cards. So everybody's going to have a kill card. So the kill cards are usually a high prize for people to get those because it shows that you got one of a. So if you kill somebody, you got your kill card, you got any intel. They have to give you the kill card and intel. You just can't hold on to it, guys. And we encourage everybody to sign their kill cards so that way when you have to give it up, you now have it. And the kill cards look something like sort of like this. Wait, hold on. Let me turn the light on. Let me turn the spotlight off. So I might have gotten quite a few kills at one of the events. This was my kill card. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Muscadine. This was Muscadine's kill card. So getting kill cards works out because there might be a little bonus as well for the person that gets the most. Like, here's some from Doomsday events. That was my kill card. I always got the Jokers. This was from America. So kill cards, you keep a hold of them. We probably get some custom ones made for the next event. But the intel stuff scores points for your team. Some of them might actually have real intel in them. We'll figure it out.
Ideas for them down the road for sure.
Best stream ever, Wolf. Thanks, guys. I'm glad we're like entertaining and just giving you guys what you want for. I mean, I know a lot of you guys watch us on the typical Tuesday night streams for Players Wander, where we go through and do a lot of the stuff, go over different events and all that. We try to engage you guys as much as possible. So the more you comment, the longer we go. Like, we probably could have ended the stream an hour ago if you guys hadn't been asking questions and going through their stuff.
Right.
Collecting
Yeah,
cards.
any questions you guys got, bring them forward. That's what we're here for.
Yeah. We'll determine how many of the kill cards go out and whether it goes out the first Evo or the second Evo or whatever. But our main goal is to we want to try to bring as much engagement as possible. And plus, we also want people to be extremely stupid when they go for those kill cards. I've done it. I've run full force right into a middle fire because I just killed off an entire squad. I want all their kill cards. They're mine. I killed them. I want my cards.
I've seen them do it without a kill card.
Oh yeah, I've done that too, but that's normal day for me.
Yeah. Hey Wolfman, I do have a Discord actually. Sorry, there. Central Penn Milsim. Go ahead and add me on there.
Players wanted Discord really hasn't. We haven't done much with Discord, to be honest. Who's traveling from Jersey? I wish I was that close. I really do. I'm traveling all the way from South Florida, guys, and you guys are going to be up against some pretty strong teams from South Florida. Not for nothing. And there's ways to earn patches from some of the teams. Like if I witness you guys doing something incredibly epic, do I have a patch here? Oh, where is it? I always keep one on my desk. Damn kid. You know, you figure a kid in a wheelchair who can't really lift his own body weight or move around much would not be able to reach so far onto my table, but he does it all the damn time. He reaches all the way through and grabs stuff he's not supposed to. I have a limited edition Screech Dragon patch I get out when I witness some pretty cool shit. I also have the Hood Rat shit patch. So if I see you doing something that would fit in just right down here at Miami Airsoft with our Hood Rat stuff, you can earn that patch as well. Earn patches are some of the best patches. And I'll usually say it's a good opportunity to earn a Hood Rat shit patch. I'll announce it. I was like, "You want to earn this patch? Go do this stupid thing I'm about to do." All right. When it comes down to radios, we'll start working on channels. We just got to go through, make sure we have a proper channel range set up.
And again, while we're on that topic, I highly recommend everybody who's bringing a radio, make sure it's frequency driven.
Yeah, don't get the ones that only have channels 1 through 16 or whatever, because those aren't going to work too well. Right. They don't usually have the range to penetrate inside. Sin, I actually do have a patch wall, but it's in my other airsoft area. This is just my office. So, and that patch wall is pretty big. But a lot of people like to see the various guns that I have up on the wall and everything else. Bet. All right. Also, there's going to be, at my table at least, there's going to be take a patch, leave a patch. So if you come up and you have one of your patches or whatever you want to trade for one of mine, or we're going to have that at my table, the Screech Dragon table. What was his Discord again? Central Penn.
Yep. Central_Penn_Milsim.
Yeah, but Sim, we really don't want to go through all that. It's so much simpler for people to show up at Balefangs.
Right. I mean, we'll accommodate you if that's all you have at the moment, but we highly recommend, it's going to make everything a lot more streamlined. Just bring something frequency driven.
Saturday night, particularly, guys, we're definitely gonna be hanging out. Dylan and I will be hanging out because we'll be eating some brisket and everything else. So come up and hang out with us. PENN. 2
Ends. Everything else is great. Yep.
So come up, hang out. We want to interact with everybody. That's the main goal of all this is to really hang out and have a good time with all of our new friends. Let's see here. Our group can be found with the big orange tent for cartel. Going to give out free patches to the first 20 or people that stop over. You better come over to me and give me a damn patch. That's not fair. I'm going to be working inside.
Find us and give us one.
I know, right? I won't be hard to find. Get a can set of Kansas string. Okay. Tactical tea bags, extra points. No tea bagging. That's a good way to start a fight, man. I saw that happen on a field once, and
of course
I was like, what is that guy going to go do? I wish I had popcorn. I was like, this is going to get good. And yeah, the only match that happened was pretty epic.
Let me guess, in Florida.
No, actually, it was up in Wisconsin.
That's surprising. That's a Florida thing to do.
Surprisingly, as much as we are Florida men and we do stupid, crazy shit, we don't do that. we just get in fights,
Florida men don't do that, then it's a problem.
I know, right? For airsoft, Florida men just don't do that. Um, have 814 op patches, give or take one. Um, is the central Penn your user on the page or or the page on Discord?
That would be the name, the username. Central underscore Penn underscore Milsim.
Uh hey man, we Florida men have certain taste, right? I can't explain the logic of Florida man. You have to be a Florida man to understand the logic. Like we understand the logic, we don't teabag people, but gators sometimes, hey, gators need love too.
It's a Florida man thing. You wouldn't understand.
Exactly. Okay, I need to tab out. Only at Disney. Oh, that's bad. Happiest place on earth. Hey, you know why the gators are there? Because it's 6-foot fucking mouse walking around. Of course they want to eat it. They're like, that looks yummy. Oh, look, a small version of that. I know that went dark fast. All right. Like real dark, real fast. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and show new patch. It's a Florida man thing.
You might just have to do that. Yeah.
All right. So going back over like where we're gonna have everything set up. So cartel's gonna be close to this area right here. They could also, if they want, set up some campsites over here too as well. But everybody has to park in the 3 parking lots. All right. So here is where we're gonna tell that the DEA guys can go ahead and camp and set up their stuff. That's going to be staff. Building 2 right here. Out front is going to be the brisket's going to be somewhere inside here, but also that's where all the vendors are going to be. Right now, it looks like building 1's off limits. We just have to verify that. Building 3 is definitely off limits.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan, we're going to talk about that because if that's the case, where their AA is, and you have to fight through this building. You said all the buildings off limits or part of it?
No, just one. It's just one. Apparently, the owner's sons is doing something with that.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it is, but yeah.
All right.
That's it then. Everything else, free game.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry, I have some questions that are there.
Oh, very good.
All right. There's things to note. There's going to be a big area. I think they still have the barbed wire set up. Stay away from it. I think almost all the interior fences are down. If not, they might be. If Josh was still on, he'd probably tell us.
Yeah, we got the barbed wire clear.
Op 4 is camping up here, bud. Sorry, that's not the one I was trying to click on. This one. Did you ever see what Florida man did on crimes at the top of your birthday? The only reason why the Florida man crimes are all over the place is because we have a very loose reporting law that allows us to report everything when it goes up there, and the same sort of crazy shit that comes out is still everywhere. So it's just that Florida reports a hell of a lot more. That has easy access to reports, so you can see the crimes, even though they're allegedly. Breeze 7.62. But Big Foley's my favorite wrestler. All right. So some of the buildings that you guys might want to really pay close attention to is this cluster right up here. 6, 5, 4, and I think that's Z or 7. This one up here is going to have a lot of cool, interesting firefight areas up there. Oh, that's got to be Z because 7's all the way up here. That's one of the other buildings. 10. So we'll be giving intel drops the day of the event. We don't want to tell you guys a lot of stuff beforehand. But if it's a big building, more than likely there's going to be a control point inside of it. Yes, Florida does have the market, not crazy. There is a lot of space that people have to move through and go through to get to a lot of stuff and all that. So this area is big. So if you're concerned about being a sniper or LMG class or SMG class, you have a lot of space out here. It's pretty intense. Building H, by the way, is like some portables that are together, which are kind of cool. F and G are kind of awesome. So all this stuff that's up here, I mean, there's so much cool shit with this facility. I can't even tell you. In the future, we might actually want to also incorporate in this lower area down here as well.
Right.
We just have to figure out, if we do, how are we going to make it safe for the people that are going to be in this area over here. So it's
Right.
something that we have to work on and think about and everything else. So do you have, close this out? I mean, I think we pretty much covered everybody's questions, concerns, or comments. We've been going for almost 2.5 hours now.
Right.
I don't know about you, Dylan, but I'm ready to wrap it up unless people have some more questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready as well. I hope we addressed everything. Everyone had questions about. I'm sure there'll be more flooding in, but if you have anything that pops up, feel free to message Central Penn Milsim on Facebook, Discord too. We respond to everything. We're working on Instagram right now. We have one. It's just not fully set up yet.
That's also my Facebook profile. So if you don't have me as a friend on Facebook, feel free to go ahead and friend me on Facebook.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just trying to fix my zoom in. There we go. So feel free to reach out, guys. We always want to answer any questions. What type of style when playing airsoft? I'm Millspeed. Looks like a car salesman. That was actually my political picture, by the way, when I was running for my local town council. Throw it on a roof. Hey, you're talking to a Florida man. I got 4 tickets for riding my lawnmower home from the store when I bought it.
It's a great story.
It is a great story, man. I still get periodically, like whenever the year comes up, when it comes up on my memories page, I'll like reshare it. It's like people don't believe that this shit happened. And the new Olympic sport that I made, which is tractor pushing. Joker's trying to reach your car's extended warranty. No, man, I'm from the IRS. Let's see here. Looks like all right. So if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. We're going to be around. We're going to be talking about this a little bit. Operation Big House next week as well on the Tuesday stream. So if you have any questions between now and then, feel free to jump on and go and ask the questions there as well. Also, if you guys are looking for some other unique things that are going to go on, we actually have a thing called Pew Pew at Sea. We're actually putting together a cruise for airsofters in the first week of April 8th through it's technically second weekend, but April 8th through the 11th, going out of Miami. So if you guys are interested in something like that, let me share that group with you guys real quick. Don't know why all this stuff's like hidden all over the place. There's the Pew Pew at Sea group. I think it's also linked inside of the description of the video to begin with. No problem, Gert. That's what we're here for. The other important factor. Oh, I guess one thing we didn't address is what is going to be raffled off. Know for sure that MK Airsoft's going to give about $800 worth of stuff to be raffled off again. I know Dead End Outfitters is planning for some pretty cool stuff to be raffled off. Dead End Outfitters a lot of times likes to do kits of stuff. I have a feeling that Kurt from Amped Airsoft is going to be doing gift cards like they typically do. What you call it? Crap, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, XFOG. XFOG's probably going to be giving away an XFOG unit or two. Which, by the way, those things, if you guys have fogging issues,
Dude, they're awesome.
XFOG is the way to go. It's one of the best anti-fogging units out of the market. I would go ahead and get one. It does pretty awesome stuff. TACS, Tactical Airsoft Combat Solutions, I believe is the simulations or solutions, one of the two. He's going to be giving Kydex stuff out. He does a lot of Kydex grenade holders and all that, which are really badass. For those of you that watch the stream where I accidentally set off a smoke grenade in my house, yeah, I was screwing around with one of his things, showing how well it works, and it worked effectively because I had to run that damn smoke grenade out of the house. So they'll be there. Dead End Outfitters is bringing his entire store as well. So if you guys are looking for the D-Hop barrel, which is the best damn barrel patch barrel out on the market, he will have some drop-in kits ready for that right there on the field. If you guys don't know what the D hop is, get educated, because those it increases your range by 50 to 60 feet at least. At least, I mean, I went from with one of my G&Gs, the Joker gun right there, went from shooting 225 feet to 300. God damn it, that Joker gun right there to 300 feet. I can outrange a lot of snipers with it. So, the only thing it doesn't work on is gas blowback guns. So if you have a gas blowback rifle, it won't work. But come out and check him out. I'm sure anything that he raffles off will have a D hop with it as well. So with that being said, we're at 2 hours and 30 minutes. We covered a lot of stuff. I'm going to say, if you guys have more questions, we'll do another Q&A probably the week before the event, because I'm going to get on the road on the Monday before the event. So I'm going to be up there from Monday for an entire week just working Central Penn Milsim stuff. So until next time, this is Joker from Players One. That's Dylan from Central Penn Milsim. You all stay safe on the field, and we'll see you in 3 weeks. Bye.
Absolutely.
Oh, anything on your NP9? Is that you, Wolfman? I think it's got to be him.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Wolfman, send me a message real quick before we go off. The stream's ended, but I wanted to get with. Where the hell is he posting to? Let me see. I don't know which side. Which channel are you posting on? I just got to look you up on Facebook here real quick.
Yeah, he's on Facebook.
I know he's on Facebook. I just don't know which. We're streaming in 5 different locations. We're streaming or 3 different locations on Facebook. It's either Central Penn, my page, or Players Wanted page. So I'm just trying to figure out which spot he's at. I guess I can figure it out, and I'll reach out to you in just a few minutes. Wolfman, I'll talk to you soon. So again, everybody, stay safe. We'll be on the stream on Tuesday, and if not,